What's up, y'all? This is Juan, and today I'll be giving some color commentary on a short film I came across while searching for the funniest physical comedy video on YouTube. This hilarious video in question is called Short Film, The Elevator, by Greg Gliena. There's only one line of dialogue within the entirety of the short film's runtime of 3 minutes and 37 seconds. That being the runtime of the film, not the dialogue. The dialogue is really, really short. So, because of that, I really do think this portrays a honest-to-goodness silent film with your basic elevator stylist music in the background and one little instance of the Jaws theme being thrown into the mix for some added tension. Now, the reason I chose this film was because of how relatable it is to, first world problems type of demographic of people. Most people in first world take elevators, escalators, just anything that has kind of a weight occupancy, if you will. Now, Greg, our main character, is going to a routine appointment and decides to take the elevator instead of the stairs. Now, as he goes up each floor, the second and the third floor specifically, he gets 3 plus-sized individuals added to his elevator. So, as he reaches the 4th floor, he gets one more of the hefties. And the weight limit of this elevator is 2,000 pounds. So he gets a little anxious once he gets to that 4th floor. Starts to look around, a bit frantic, sizing everybody up. Looks up at the weight occupancy again. Reaches 2,000 pounds. Takes a look at his phone. Opens up the calculator app. And in a hilarious little bit, he literally starts sizing everybody up. Just as he did before. The weight, including himself, of all 7 big old boys and gals and normal-sized Greg ends up being just 1 pound over that 2,000 limit. Literally right after he makes this calculation, the whole elevator plummets. The only one that has an interaction is Greg. He doesn't let out a peep though, so it's still a silent film, if you will. But everybody else is just so deadpan. It's almost like Buster Keaton himself is playing all these plus-sized individuals. It wasn't until they reach the 5th floor, once the elevator gets back up and running, that he has an interaction with a skinny dude. The skinny dude looks into the elevator, says nope, turns to his left, and right behind him comes the biggest of all the boys that could be boying up in that room that day. And he decides, you know what, now's the time for me to leave. And he does that, and that's where our first line of dialogue happens. And when the big old boy was coming in, that's also when the Jaws theme was happening. So, after he leaves, he clicks the button for a new elevator. Elevator opens up. And then that's when we get introduced to the other batch of elevator mates. Now, these guys and gals are, they're skinny. They're normal sized. So he has a sense of relief. Walks in. And as soon as the doors close, they start to cough up a storm. It was so bad, in fact, that he even witnessed one of them spray a little bit of their own liquid on the back of one of the other person's heads. Door opens, they're on the 7th floor. He looks across, Swine Flu Treatment Center, with an arrow pointing to the right. All of them go towards the right. The camera pans back to him, and the only thing I can think of that he says is, well, just my luck. Moral of the story, in my opinion, is it's not too bad to take the stairs once in a while. But yeah, from the nonchalant attitude of the characters, aside from Greg, who I think was more like Charlie Chaplin and Mr. Bean with the way he was interacting with everybody around him. Yeah, it was really well. It was really well done. You know, these problems kept snowballing. It was to the point where I was like, you know, can it get any worse? And it kind of did, to the point where the swine flu back then was a pretty big pandemic. So yeah, you can never truly tell if the grass is greener on the other side. But yeah, thanks for watching and listening to my video. I recommend watching the YouTube short film yourself. This is your host, Juan, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace, peace.